Welcome to the conversation. It's your girl, Miss Moi. Thank you so much for everyone that has been watching, sharing, liking, and following. I truly appreciate you today. I'm sitting here with family. I'm so excited to see you. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Tony Cheesebourough, and I play music. And I play with several groups, and you probably know me from the Ohio Players. And that's who I am.
That was good. That was good. Because before y'all got on here, we was discussing all that, So I'm happy you did great.
Okay.
So I want people to get to know you, follow you, and just understand your journey. You have such an amazing story.
Okay.
So let's get started with your younger years.
Okay.
How old were you when you started doing music?
Well, I was 12, and I was in school at Julian D. Coleman School 110.
Mm-hmm.
I was not challenged, and so I was trouble, joking around, messing with my friends. I'd get through with my work and then bother my friends, and so that didn't fly. And so they told me I couldn't take instrumental music. And so I'm walking down the hall one day, and his teacher's name is Howard Park. He puts the Mr. Spock on my shoulder. He says, "Come here, Anthony Cheesebourough. You have way too much potential." And so he made an arrangement with Mr. Compton, the music teacher, that if I came in and wiped down the blackboards and washed the blackboards, clapped they had janitors, but he made that arrangement, set the chairs up, picked up the trash, I could take an instrument home, which I lived 2 blocks from the school.
Okay.
And so I was able to take different instruments home every day. And that's why I play different instruments, because I started off with the drum. I'm rocking down the street playing the drums. And like next day I got a tuba, a trumpet, all kind of different things.
Yeah.
And that's what started me off. So I really owe this to Mr. Compton, who I don't even know if he's still alive, because he was elderly then. And I'm 300, so he's got to be...
You're crazy.
He's got to be at least 600. But seriously, had he not stopped me that day, I don't know what I would be doing. And so after, in 8th grade, which was I think the year later or the next year, I started liking girls. So I grabbed that guitar. And so I started playing guitar. And we had well, they called them sock hops then. Okay. We had a sock hop and had a band playing.
So that's a dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got up and played guitar, and it went over well and it never stopped.
Okay. So that was your way to the ladies?
That was my way to the ladies. That was my way to the ladies.
Okay. So what about, so that was junior high, so you continued through high school, and were you in a band at your school or locally or what?
Yes, I was in a band locally. And it's blessings, because we went national, and the group was called Funkifies, and there was a guy named George Kerr, and he had a song, "Hey girl, I want you to know." Anyway, that's him. And he took us on the road with him. So we're doing school on the tour bus.
Wow.
And then after that tour was over, which was maybe 9 months or so.
And how old were you think?
16.
And you're touring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing in clubs, playing places that we had no business even driving past, let alone going in.
Yeah.
So, and then, skip forward a little more, I'm playing, we were playing Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
The Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
It was a showcase. And we played the showcase. And I ran into Roy Clark. Okay. The country artist Roy Clark. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
George Benson's twin brother. Oh my gosh, he was phenomenal. And he said, "I really like the way that you play." And my heart just exploded, because somebody of that stature, he's that was, what was that show called that still goes on? Hee Haw.
Okay.
He was on that show, Hee Haw. And somebody of his stature saying that he liked what I was doing. I'm like, oh my God, head, you know.
Oh, you having a big head. Wow. Wow. Okay, go ahead. Whatever. Okay, go.
And so I ventured off from the band and got with another national band from here, from Indianapolis,
Okay.
called the Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign. And they put out a couple of albums. And from them, I'm grown now.
Okay.
From then,
So grown like what? Like 21, like 25?
in between 21 and 25.
Okay.
Those years are hard to remember, actually. So.
Okay. You were busy.
So,
I get it.
I got with a guy that there were 3 guitar players in the band.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you who after I get to tell you what happened.
Okay, I got you.
So we was on tour, and 3 guitar players, 3, and so we were in Connecticut, and I ran into somebody, and I missed my flight, and I thought, that's 3 guitar players, he's not gonna care. The tour manager, the road manager, was also from Indianapolis, Paul, and he says, hey Tony, Freddie said you might as well stay wherever you are. I got fired. Talk about a humbling situation.
Yeah.
That was very humbling. And, well, there's something I like. That's who it was. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So, I got fired. So, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to Indianapolis from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I call a friend of mine named Larry Barber. He's a bass player for a group called Duke Tomato and the Power Trio. And he says, hey man, I got a gig that you can get. Do you play bass? I said, yeah. Lying.
Okay. Why did you lie?
Because I wanted to work.
Okay. You need to work.
And I figured if you can play guitar, you can play bass. Whole entirely different minds.
Okay.
Whole entirely different. So I said, yeah. And so he said, well, this is a blues guy, man. I said, okay. I got to Indianapolis. Was headed to the rehearsal. And that's when he told me, it's Lefty Bates. What? You put me in, you put me here. I'm coming in here.
Right.
And I'm like, oh
so
my
you weren't
God.
prepared to play for that big of an artist.
Right.
Okay.
And so, and he, thank God, he likes me a lot.
Okay.
And so he worked with me because I wasn't doing no blues to him. And so, so after a while, I went on tour with them. After a while, Albert King came by, the blues guy, Albert King.
Okay.
And so I went with him. We fell out. And the reason we fell out, I'm a firm believer in doing people like I want to be done.
Absolutely.
Talking to people like I want to be talked to.
Absolutely.
And you heard what I said.
Absolutely.
She knows I'm crazy. This is my sister. She knows I'm crazy.
I know him. It's okay. Y'all.
Yeah. So we were in Roberts. We were in Chicago, Illinois, at a place called Roberts.
Okay.
And the bass player flew in. His name is Eric Foreman out of St. Louis. He flew in, and the cab driver that he was with got pulled over and had warrants. And so Eric called. Don't forget, these are not cell phones then.
Right.
So Eric called and he says, hey man, this guy has a bunch of warrants and the cops are going to lock him up. And somebody pick me up. So I go in and tell Albert, who's sitting at the bar, who's a U.S. Marshal, by the way.
Okay.
So he's sitting there at the bar, he's known for a big cigar. I said, hey Albert, Eric's on the phone and he's stranded with this cab driver that got pulled over. F him. Tony, you play bass tonight. And I did, and I quit right after the show.
Why?
Because if he did that to him,
he'll do it to you.
And I said nope. And I was livid. I can't believe that this is somebody that was with him probably 5 years before I got with him.
Yeah.
So I quit him, which I had nothing in the works, but the players came along. And so, I was doing other gigs, but I would do a gig here and there with them. And then, do you remember when Howard Hewitt and Michael Cooper were doing a gospel show?
No.
Okay, they were doing a gospel show, and I was taking Michael Cooper's place.
Okay.
He's a guitar and singer. Here's my chance, and let me just hold.
Okay.
Yes. Mike Cooper, Mike.
Yes.
And so I took Mike's place, and then fully got with the Ohio Players after the Confunction gig was over. And so,
how did you cross paths with them?
We all toured at everybody always see each other at the airports.
Okay.
Everybody's at the hotel, different hotels,
Okay.
and most people are on the same show.
Okay. So all the musicians get to know each other.
Oh yeah.
On different tours with different artists.
Yes.
Okay.
All the musicians know each other.
Okay.
Because you're sitting in like we're sitting here now.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the airport.
Right.
And so, hey man, what's going on? How's the gig? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then a couple of my friends, like Steve Arrington. You know who Steve Arrington is?
Mm-hmm.
He was the lead singer for a group called Slave.
Okay.
And him and his wife Leslie, and Charlie Singleton, the guitar player for Cameo, him and his wife Leslie, we started having Bible studies. And so it just turned into whoever was in town or at the hotel at the same show would come to whichever room we were in, and we'd all sit there and talk the Bible and stuff like that. By the way, I'm a believer.
Okay.
You should be too.
Okay. I saw that. No, I appreciate that. You get with Jesus. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I better.
On tour, you guys would congregate and have study sessions. Okay.
Yeah. Well, here's everybody got fed by the same. Everybody got housed in the same hotel. Now, as far as flights, that was different. People were on different flights, but waiting for the flights, we're all together.
Yeah.
So.
When you joined the Ohio Players, how old were you then?
Oh, that was 17 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm 21 now.
Okay. All right. What I love about your stories, and I've heard so many over the years, is just some of the experiences that you've had, some of the places you've been, some of the people that you met. Like, wow. Isn't that a feeling?
It's a great feeling, and you have to stay humble.
Yes.
You have to stay humble because if you don't, you become a victim of it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of big stars that you know that are like so full of themselves. I say full of themselves, but I mean full of something else.
Yes.
But it's like any other aspect of life.
Yeah.
There's good stockbrokers, but there's good, preachers, but there's bad ones.
Right.
And so the only difference is these guys can love them and they can sing.
Yeah.
So they got all these things going for them so they can be that way.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Rick James was one of them. He's okay if he knew you. If he didn't know you.
One of those. So how many instruments do you actually play?
Oh my God.
Because I want to be clear. I've seen a few, and I thought, okay, am I tripping? Was that a different? So that's why we're just going to put it on tape.
Okay. Let's start off. Drums, sax, trumpet, flute, keyboards, bass, guitar, violin, harmonica, kalimba. Did I say violin?
I don't know.
That
I
too.
lost count. Okay. So was this like self-taught
Yeah,
outside of...
I can't read music. Can't read or write music. You want to shut me up? Put some sheet music in front of me.
So you self-taught
Yeah.
yourself how to play all these different
Yeah,
instruments.
but I really had a real teacher though.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just naturally
Yeah.
gifted.
Yeah, well, blessed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say gifted because all I have is my memory.
Yeah.
You have to memorize this stuff, what you're playing. You got to memorize this stuff.
Yeah.
And so, my blessing is that I retain what what I go across.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. I would sit up with the radio.
And just repeat it.
Yeah.
On the instrument.
Yeah. Repeat it until I got it.
Now, what did touring? So you've been touring basically since you were in high school, right?
Right before I got out of high school.
So what did that do to your personal life? Because that's
Cut the camera up.
that's a lot of movement, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really sitting in one spot.
Right.
So what did that do?
I don't know if I should say this. It got me a lot of kids.
Okay. Okay.
But as you know, I took care of each and every one of them. I have a 20-year-old.
Okay.
That's the baby. And she lives with me. She's
20 now.
Cody's 20.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Time is flying.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that.
Okay, she'll be 21 in November.
Wow. So that's the baby.
That's the baby.
How many?
The last of the Mohicans.
How many children are there?
There's 13.
Okay. So you were busy.
I was busy.
Okay.
I was busy.
Yeah.
But responsible.
Yes.
So all these guys that have a bunch of kids that don't, that's on them. I took care of mine.
Yeah.
Because I felt it's mine.
Right.
And so anyway,
Okay.
the problem is I skipped and glanced over the part where I was on drugs,
Okay.
which you already knew that.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that.
So when did that habit happen in this process of the tours and growing up and the babies and the?
Well, I went to the service.
Okay, when?
And from age 17 to age 19.
Okay. Okay.
And I went overseas, put my age up, went to the service, went overseas and got into some China white heroin.
Okay. And what were you enlisted in? Army,
Yeah,
Navy,
Army.
Marine? Okay.
And I got into drugs.
Okay.
And drugs got into me.
Yeah.
And I did heroin for 20 years. You already know this. But I've been off for 34. So
Now you telling your age. Now you telling
I
your
don't
age.
mind. Look, a lot of people didn't get to get my age.
Yes. That
So-
is true. That is true.
So you know, the pitfalls of drugs are out there. No matter what are you doing, no matter what your role in life is. I chose to do the drugs. I got back, went right back to playing music. Of course, you got a drug habit and you're playing music. Go figure, you know. And so that went on for some years, for 20.
Yeah.
And a lot of our friends that were entertainers didn't make it.
Right.
Didn't make it. Died one way or another. Roger Troutman. His brother killed him. And you know what? I don't want to say nothing else negative.
Okay.
So anyway, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
And
It
if
sound like them dairy commercials. You remember them dairy commercials?
Yeah, I
Like
remember.
with the egg on the.
this is your brain.
This is your brain.
This is your brain on drugs.
That's what you sounded like.
Okay, now, only I'll be like, this is your butt.
Yeah.
This is your butt on drugs.
Yeah.
Burn up.
Yeah.
So I'm something that I'm doing now that I hadn't done, which I'm fully, totally ashamed of, is now I'm doing praise and worship. I'm doing an album.
Okay.
I'm doing all the instruments,
Okay.
all the vocals,
Okay.
wrote all the songs. Well, I didn't write them. He wrote them.
Right.
But he's put them through me. And I should have done this
A long time.
20, 25, 30 years ago.
So
But I didn't think that way then.
When do we expect that project to be released?
Well, I tell you what, you'll be the first.
Well, good.
I said that on air.
Yes, he said that on air. I get you
So
exclusive.
you'll be the first. You'll
Yeah.
be the first.
One thing I can say about you is you are a person of your word, and you are so talented. I remember I met you in what year? 2016.
No.
It was before that.
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Well, whenever it was, you were like, "Hey, Miss Moore, come to my shows.
Yep.
I want you to see what I do."
Yep.
Because I met you on the air and we were doing different things, but I
Yep.
had never really seen you perform.
Like 2009.
Was it?
Yes.
So anyway, I go.
Telling your age now, girl.
I know now you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna you get put out. Anyway, but you are amazing.
Thank you.
So talented.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. And so self-taught now with your children, as well as grandchildren, if you have any.
Great.
Okay, great.
I have 5 greats.
Okay. I didn't expect that. Do they play as well?
Some of them play, some sing, but none of them are in the entertainment business.
Okay.
And it just makes me feel so bad.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of how I was when I was on drugs. Mm-hmm. That's with Cody anyway. Mm-hmm. She said, Dad, and Cody can sing like, oh my God.
I bet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to sing. Cody, you can't sing that well and not want to sing.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to sing.
Yeah.
And I've caught her a couple of times.
How many?
Singing.
Yeah.
And recorded and put it on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
She was totally
not happy.
No.
Not happy.
And so go to my page and look up Cody.
And see her sing. So, okay, artist-wise, who do you think that you've met that just kind of blew your mind? Because, like, I met some people, right? And I was like, oh, that's dope meeting you. Woo. But when I met Morris Day, I was like, listen, I can't. Huh?
He's a friend of mine.
Okay, well, tell him I said hi. I met him one time in the elevator because I was working for Expo, and he was one of the celebrities on the lineup. I get in the elevator, and he's standing there. And I was like, and I had to be like 18. And he was like.
And taller than him.
Yes. He was like, you cool? I was like, oh, do you know who you are? And he was
do you know who you are?
He said, do you know who I am? I said, yes. He said, who am I? I said, you're Morris, you're Princess Cousin.
That's cool. That is cool.
And he was like, oh my God, you know me. And I was like, how can I not? So have you ever had a moment like that where you're just like.
I've had several moments like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Most of them weren't musicians.
Okay.
I met a heart surgeon, and I was just really blown away by what he does. And musician-wise, Sugar, who ended up being my best friend. You know, Sugarfoot. I'm like, this guy wrote 15 platinum albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my friend.
Yeah.
And he was my best friend. I miss him horribly. But most of the people that, let me think if anybody, because I made it my business to stay grounded.
Right.
And
not get too excited.
yeah,
Be too over the top.
Yeah. You know, me and Jelly Bean Johnson, the drummer for Morris Day and the Time, we talked about that all the time. Whenever he comes to town, he comes to see me. We go to Slippery Noodle and set in and all kind of stuff. Anyway,
that question stumped you.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
did.
I've ever stumped you like this
no.
before.
Chaka Khan.
Okay. Shaka Khan did something.
Chaka Khan.
She made one of my favorite songs.
Which one?
The one that was in the Breaking movie. What's that song? You know what I'm talking about?
Shoot.
Ozo and Turbo was doing it.
Yeah.
Ozone. What's the song? Can't nobody.
Let nobody make me feel
That's
this way. Y'all gotta pay for that. We don't own the rights to that.
You're crazy. Okay, so let's just have a conversation about this hair, honey. Because listen, what's up with the hair? Like, you've been able to keep beautiful hair all your life.
Yeah, well, until now.
No, it's still there. And it's still beautiful. Has that always been a part of your look?
Yeah.
So that's your trademark. Okay.
Well, I guess it is, because I've always had it. What it was a big afro that fell, and I just pulled it back.
Okay. But I've seen you have it really straight,
flat iron.
too.
Yeah, flat iron.
Like DJ Clue, like,
Yep.
or whatever his name. Is that his name? Did I say
When I say flat, you say iron. Flat.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about him, the rapper. But anyway, yeah, it's been like really straight and
Yep.
beautiful hair.
Thank you.
I hope I get to keep my hair forever like that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, touring wise, tell me where all you been. Just
I've been all over the world. Oh my gosh. Been in Japan, Korea, France, Canada.
I was gonna say which one do you enjoy, but I guess Canada.
The place that I enjoyed the most, believe it or not, Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'll tell you why.
Please do.
Because it's your hometown.
Okay.
If you do good in your hometown,
You can do it anywhere.
that's right.
Yeah.
Indianapolis and Dayton are my hometowns,
Okay.
and so between Indianapolis and Dayton, that's the best for me.
Yeah.
But Okinawa,
Okay.
oh my God, it was beautiful.
Where is that?
Japan,
Okay.
and Tokyo, Japan, Korea,
Okay.
Germany, Deutschland über allen. Yes, ich spreche Deutsch. Ich spreche Deutsch sehr gut. Meine Frau was Deutsch. Okay.
What would you say?
I said, I speak German. I speak German well. My ex-wife was German.
Oh, okay. I'm learning some things. So I'm like, what happened? Okay.
And believe it or not, there's some really cool places in Mexico.
Okay.
Really cool.
Okay.
And everything's not Tijuana, Juarez. You know, it's some really nice places. But Mexico, you know what? I didn't like France.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
It's dirty.
Okay.
And it's true. People smell.
Oh, okay. Smelly people is not good. Okay. So when you went to these places, were they very receptive of you?
Yeah, because we were entertainers.
Okay.
And that's why.
Okay.
You know, and if we'd been like,
Common,
Yeah.
everyday people, not so much.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've had people. I was playing at a country club here with my band.
Okay.
And
when you say here, you mean in Indianapolis?
in Indianapolis, oh, not here, but in Indianapolis.
In
I'm
Indianapolis.
sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not in Indianapolis, y'all. Quit meddling. Now. So I go in, and we had to wear a tux.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a tux on, but you know I always have my earrings and my jewelry.
Yeah.
And so this guy says, "Hey, can you give me a drink?" I said, "I'm sorry, I don't work here." And so he gets mad and goes and tells I guess whoever's in charge, and the guy comes over. He says, "Man, I am so sorry." He said that guy thought you worked here. I said, "Well, when I told him I didn't work here, he just turned and walked away." And it was actually racism, you know, and that was about 10 years ago.
Have you experienced a lot of that on the road?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
You know that movie, The Temptations, where they get pulled over by the cops?
Yeah.
I got
And
nothing
Dave Ruffin
but
gets out and starts
love
shooting.
for you, baby.
Yeah.
We had the Ohio players. We were on tour, on the tour bus.
Yeah.
Get pulled over. Okay, well, we smoked weed.
Okay.
Open the door and... So, Sheriff, we had to take everything off the bus, off the tour bus.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Had to take everything off the tour bus. And, you know, he said, well, if I only find weed, I'll let you guys go. If I find anything else, you're all going to jail. Nobody had anything. And so it's like, thank God nobody had anything.
Right.
Because there was things that could have been had.
Right.
And so...
especially during that time, yeah.
And so it's like 4:30 in the morning. We're loading back on the tour bus. All the stuff from under the back, the amps and everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just remember that. It sticks out in my mind like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, no. No, but, you know.
What I love about you as one of my famous friends, honey, you are so transparent just about your life,
Yes, ma'am.
your story,
Yes, ma'am.
your addiction,
Yes, ma'am.
everything.
Well-
How'd you get like that?
Humility.
Okay.
The God I served.
Yeah.
And the God that I served is the God that I serve now. And if you really do know God, if you really even met God, there's certain things you can't even think, let alone say or do.
Yes. Yes.
And so, you know,
Yeah.
you shall know them by their fruits.
Yeah.
And so...
It should show in how you treat people.
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
It should.
Absolutely.
And so, having said all that, I'm doing some gigs, but I'm recording, so I'm trying not to do gigs when I'm recording.
Okay.
But I did a couple of commitments that I'm gonna have to honor. Not Monday tomorrow, but the following Monday, I'm playing in Indianapolis.
Okay.
At the Point.
Okay.
And,
Stumping ground for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm getting this gospel done.
Okay.
And so I have like maybe 2 dates where I'm playing guitar for Brian B. Squared Barber's album.
Okay.
He's a beast. And then I'm headlining the Dayton Blues Festival.
Well, look at you.
That's in July.
Look at you.
And so I'm trying not to do anything in between these things.
Okay.
So that I can get done with this because I honor him. He's already honored me.
Absolutely.
So
what would you say to a musician or an artist with a dream, with a passion? They may not have the finances, but they have the mentality that this is what they want. What would you say to them?
I would say follow it. Do any and everything that you can within reason that will help you achieve that.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have money, money will come. Your gift will pay for itself.
Yeah.
So work hard. Never, ever, ever listen to the naysayers.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep your head to the sky. but keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
But one thing about our dreams, our passions, they tend to follow us around. So even if we say, no, I'm going to not do that because I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
It'd be like, but you are.
Yeah.
And you're doing it now.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So stick with it, too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's right. Stick with it.
How do people follow you if they want to book you for something? Because we need
Don't
to get
book me. I'm working.
No.
Don't
Okay,
book me.
never
I'm
mind,
working.
y'all. Okay.
I'm doing this thing. Like I said, I'm headlining the Blues Festival July 18th in Dayton, Ohio. And after that, I'll be finishing up my praise and worship. After I finish that, and only after I finish that, will I be able to be booked for anything.
Awesome.
I'm going to pay him back. Like, I paid for my church. I'd get out of the airport, get here to Indianapolis, get there to Indianapolis. Keep saying it's Indianapolis, and it's not. I'd get to Indianapolis, get off the airplane, and go straight to church. And they would say, well, can we pay you? I'm like, oh, y'all didn't know I got paid in full.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, and I still do that. We don't have in-person church yet.
Okay.
Which, now that I've been down like this, it would have been perfect. But anyway, after July the 18th, I'll probably spend another month or so recording. And then after that, you can reach me on Facebook, Tony Cheesebourough, or Tony Guitar Cheese on Instagram. Nobody else is getting my phone number. I get calls by the thousands. And that's good. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I am so grateful.
Yeah.
Because it could be entirely another way.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm really grateful, but I'm busy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm so happy you came on. I just love you. He's crazy. I'm happy I could share him with you guys today. And I thank you so much for watching. Please follow him and book him way in the future.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to go. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.